Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the bantamweight bout between Chad Anheliger versus Alateng Heili. So he only had one name. Sometimes I say Heili Alateng, but when he be out there, would he be actually acknowledging the name he acknowledges is Alateng Heili. So we're gonna say Alateng Heili. We're not doing Heili Alateng, we're doing Alateng Heili. So Chad Anheliger versus Alateng Heili. So with this one, I'm gonna go Chad Anheliger via average confidence. So dog people like, why are you picking him? He's 35. This guy is 20 something or whatever case, or 30. I think 30 versus 35. I think it is, but don't quote me on that either. But I think Anheliger is definitely 35. I was just recently looking into his tape, and I was like, one of the fights that's like, even though on the way I'm going, this is like seeming like one of the first picks. This is actually one of the last picks I was looking at in depth. Now I was leaning Alateng Heili first, but let me after really looking deep into it, or not even that deep to be honest, just really rewatching the fights. I had to go Chad Anheliger. Alateng Heili got some power. He was explosive on the feet, but too much of a headhunter, and striking his way too simple. Or in a way, simple is good sometimes in some senses, but when you just like jab, overhand hook, it just becomes predictable. Like you fight a whole, it looks beautiful when you get somebody out of there quick. Like damn, like that was nice. Set him up with the jab. Then he walked right to the overhand. Then he finished like off with a hook. Like that looks good when it's like 40 seconds. When you're watching the whole fight and you see him just constantly do the same thing over and over and over and over and over for 15 minutes. Like, do you got anything else you could go to? That's all you got. It just don't look good. And also the fact that he does have a little bit of a tendency to fade at times in fights. That's not a good look. And Chad Anheliger has, when you look at his current track record, his wins have been like for at least like his last 2-3 wins, like 2 to 3 wins. I think definitely his last two have been a case of, him, coming from behind in a sense. In a sense, so like maybe not the best start, but his opponent starts to fade, and he takes advantage, like he capitalizes. And I'm not just saying that's his only path. Or I feel like even his last fight, when people say, "Oh, he was this, he was that," like he's showing good footwork, staying mobile, you know, blocking most of the critical, like really not really ever get hit with the full flush with the full power of the shots from Strader. Like Strader would get off some of these body shots, but it's not like those like full power body shots. They were just like really a lot of them like arm punches type body shots. Maybe the first couple of them got some sting on them, but the other ones like you just like literally just not really putting much weight behind those shots. It's speedy. It's not really much weight behind them. So that's pretty much most things he got off some like little speedy body shots. That's what he would get off on Anheliger. But most shots up top were missing. Anheliger was moving. He was using his head move. He was adjusting the range, like put his head in different place. So like his head was not a sitting target. And I think that's a good thing going there with a guy that's literally just looking for range. Like you can move your head, you give it different ranges. You're not just sitting there up top like a bean pole. You give him different ranges. Like he would throw the overhand, you can duck right under that, get up, like slip right up underneath that overhand. You bouncing around, you moving. You're not just in stationary for a guy to put you back and throw overhand, or a guy to move you direction and hit you with an overhand. Like you moving, like now he gotta follow you, he gotta cut you off, he gotta set it up more. It's not just an easy flat target. And even Gustavo Lopez, rewatching that fight, watching live, I thought it was like pretty close. I thought maybe Gustavo Lopez edged out just slightly, but rewatch, I feel like it clearly Gustavo Lopez. And then even the earlier rounds, I just felt like they were just slicing Alateng Heili up in that fight. He really wasn't doing as much as they were thinking he was on. If he was, I'm gonna talk like this. He wasn't as doing as much as they were acting like he was doing. And I feel like Gustavo Lopez fought the cleaner fight throughout. So I can see the same thing. I see well, not the same thing, but I see probably even a cleaner performance. So there ain't no controversy behind it. But yeah, I'm going Chad. These guys' name is killing me. Chad Anheliger. I see him just going out there, not being a stationary target, mixing it up. Yeah, just take advantage of the predictability and the limitations of Alateng Heili. Probably lands his own counters at times. They like got doing overhand, get off balance, tag him. Following with hook, off balance, tag him. Just making him miss. Probably attacking the legs, attacking the body, mixing it up. And I can see a stop. I'm gonna say decision. Alateng Heili has been pretty durable. You can say, oh, he's not durable. Cardio issues have kind of shown. Fading issues have kind of shown. And but saying he's not durable, the guy only got stopped like one time by like a real big, I don't know, bantamweight or flyweight. Kaya Sakura, I don't know what weight class he's fighting, but I know he fought Kayoji Horiguchi, beat him one time. lost second time. Then Koji Horiguchi went over to Bellator. I don't know if he's still doing cross promo, but I think he's fully in Bellator right now. But nonetheless, Kai Sakura, a very big, very big, small man, without a doubt. That's one thing for sure. Where he's at bantamweight, I think it's definitely bantamweight. But yeah. But anywho, the guy's adorable, so I'm not saying he's gonna get stopped. It's definitely a possibility, especially when you're that predictable. Somebody can set you up maybe with something big because you already doing the same thing. So now you got time for them to set you up with something big because they know where you're gonna be at. Now they get to set it up, put some power behind it because they know he's gonna be right here every single time. I definitely can see like Chad Anheliger tag him some, like stinging him a couple times, maybe even dropping him a couple times. But I'm not gonna say a finish gonna materialize, but definitely think he can tag him. I definitely say he rocks him in this fight. Drop, I don't know, but definitely rocks him pretty significantly. Probably put him on a little bit of skates. But decision fight, Chad Anheliger coming on a bit late. Maybe a little bit of good first round for Alateng Heili just because he's throwing power, whether it's landing fully or not. And the judges kind of receiving that. This guy's pressing. He's loading up, throwing power shots. Even though he's hitting the arm, it's still moving a bit. And he might land a couple clean ones every now and then. But that pressure and the power probably, edging the first round, maybe first round and a half. But then Anheliger just starting to exploit his predictability, exploit him slowing down, and really turn the volume and probably start hurting him at the end of the second and really into the third. But Alateng Heili been tough, been a gamer, and been able to grit his way to, make it to the decision. But ultimately, the person whose hand will be raised will be Chad Anheliger. So in this one, I got Chad Anheliger via decision.